Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to compare the line quality you can get from the OnePlus Stylo 2 versus the Apple Pencil versus the Samsung S Pen. So these three pens support palm rejection, tilt and pressure sensitivity. Let's test the OnePlus Pad 2 first, and if you have watched my full artist review for this tablet, you'll know that palm rejection doesn't work that flawlessly. I'm going to draw slow diagonal lines, and I can see slight wobble and jitter. This line looks straight, but towards the end there is the jitter. The pen tip is quite smooth on the glass, and it can be quite slippery, so when drawing it's best to place your palm on the display so that you can control the pen more easily. Yeah, so I can definitely see some line wobble and jitter. And this is the Samsung Tab S9 Ultra, and I'm using the same app here as well, Infinite Painter. Same thing, let's draw a few slow diagonal lines. That looks pretty straight to me. The Samsung S Pen has a soft tip and there is some resistance on the glass, so there is more control when using this pen for drawing. The lines look pretty straight. Let's draw one last one. Yeah, looks pretty straight to me. And lastly, this is the Apple Pencil, and I'm using the same app as well, Infinite Painter, and you can see some issues with this app. You can see there is this dot at the end here and here. Yeah, so it's not a pen problem because you don't see this problem with other drawing apps. It's just with this app. I don't use the ruler test because I don't draw straight lines with a ruler on the iPad. So this is pretty good. There is some variation because of pressure, but as you can see, the line is pretty straight. And this is without any smoothing. Same applies to the other lines that I've drawn on the Samsung and OnePlus tablet. So this variation you see comes from the pressure, but overall the lines are quite straight. By the way, the line quality you see here is not representative of all drawing apps because the line quality can vary for other drawing apps. Next, we will look at this brush called Dry Inker, which is one of my favorite brushes with Infinite Painter. So this is how the brush looks with minimal pressure, with heavy pressure, how it looks when you tilt it by the side here. This is a very low angle. Let's have thin, thick, and tilt. I feel like the tilt doesn't work that well. And this is the Samsung tablet. Same brush, Dry Inker, thin, thick, tilt. So let's look at the line transition, thin, thick, tilt. Yeah, so it's easier for me to actually draw line transition from thin, thick to broad with this tablet, with the Samsung S Pen. Back to the OnePlus Pad, thin, thick, broad, thin, thick, broad, thick, thin. It's usable, but it's not as easy to control compared to using the Samsung S Pen. And unless you have two tablets side by side to compare with, it's difficult to actually feel the difference, and there is a noticeable difference. And this is the iPad. thin, thick, thin, thick, broad. This is also not as easy to control compared to the Samsung S Pen. Thin, thick, broad. You know what, let me draw something. So let me just draw a simple cartoon face and use this brush to, this dry ink brush to, create the hair. Let's create the eyebrows. Okay, looks all right. This is the OnePlus Pad. Okay, it's difficult for me. Oops, it's difficult for me to get the broad strokes. Yeah, so it's not working that well. You see, sometimes I want this stroke, but I don't want this stroke. This is broader. I want more definition, so I want this. But sometimes you just can't get it. And this is the Samsung tablet. Okay, so as I draw, I can definitely feel the difference. Yeah. I can definitely feel the difference. It's easier to use this brush, this dry ink brush, with the Samsung tablet and the S Pen compared to the other two tablets. For drawing purposes, I probably wouldn't recommend the OnePlus Pad 2, but for writing, it's alright. And this is writing with the Apple Pencil on the Neighbor app. The experience is quite similar to the OnePlus Pad 2 for writing. And this is writing with the Samsung S Pen with the Neighbor app. And the experience here again is better with the Samsung S Pen for some reason. So the pen performance and line quality you can get from these three pens are as shown. As much as I like the Apple Pencil, sometimes the Samsung S Pen just feels better to write and draw with. By the way, the pen performance that surprises me the most in 2024 actually comes from the Xiaomi Focus Pen that works with the Xiaomi Pad 6s Pro. So at the time of testing, the pen performance for the Xiaomi Focus Pen is actually as good as the Apple Pencil and the Samsung S Pen. I mean, it's so good that I was so shocked and surprised. But when I tested, the pen tilt sensitivity did not work. However, someone in the comment section mentioned that Xiaomi actually released a firmware to fix tilt sensitivity. And if that is true, then the Xiaomi Focus Pen will have better performance than the OnePlus Stylo 2. So if you're thinking of buying the Xiaomi Pad 6s Pro versus the OnePlus Pad 2 for drawing purposes, go with the Xiaomi tablet and pen. The OnePlus Pad 2 is not exactly comparable to the Samsung Tab S9 series tablets because those tablets are just noticeably more expensive. So if you want to get a tablet at the OnePlus Pad 2 price range, which is $549, you'll be looking at the Tab S9 FE tablet. And in terms of hardware, the OnePlus tablet is way better. However, if you want to draw, then the Samsung S Pen has noticeably better pen performance for drawing and also for writing.